Welcome to another episode of TrackCast. I'm Rich Hansen, the product manager for Track Bowling. And today we're going to talk about the new Criterion Inverse. So now let's talk about the new Criterion Inverse and how it differs from the Criterion Hybrid and the regular Criterion. One is the cover stock. This new cover stock is Super Response Pearl and our HK22C base. So this is a Pearl version of what was in the Hybrid, and it's also the same cover base that was found on the new Theorem Solid, but in a Pearl version. Secondly is the core design. This one features a Criterion ID core, which stands for inverted density. So same shape as the original Criterion, but whereas in the original, the inner piece was a lighter density and the main body was denser, we're actually inverting those. So what that does is it's going to lower RG slightly, because now this piece is the densest. It's going to lower the differential slightly and also lower the intermediate differential slightly. So what we end up with is 2496 for our RG, 0.047 for our differential, and 0.016 for our intermediate differential. So what are those changes going to give you? That cover stock change to the Super Response Pearl and the HK22C base with those new core numbers and the inverted density. We're going to see cleaner look through the front part of the lane. We're going to have a strong back end reaction, and this ball is going to match up best on medium oil conditions. So now let's talk about how this ball is going to compare to our two previous launches, the Theorem Solid and the Paragon Shadow. The Paragon Shadow is that first ball of the bag, so I'm just going to dig in the oil and give you predictability and be able to cut through the thickest of oils. The Theorem Solid is a little bit different. It's a little cleaner through the front, still an asymmetric piece, but more responsive down lane, but still designed to handle medium to heavy oil conditions. This Inverse is going to be cleaner than all those balls. It's going to store more energy through the front, be a much more responsive ball at the back end of the lane. So when the front starts to break down a little bit, it may not be the first ball to your bag, but it's a ball you're going to transition to from that Paragon Shadow or that Theorem Solid. So now let's talk about where this new Inverse fits into the Criterion line. So we have the Criterion Hybrid, and now the Criterion Inverse. Once again, that Criterion's that big heavy oil ball. First ball to your bag, something on the heavy oil, something you need to dig in, give you predictability, and control the pattern more. So then we have the Criterion Hybrid, a polished hybrid version, Super Response hybrid cover stock, same HK22C base. Ball was cleaner than the Criterion, but had more of a mid-lane reaction, still predictable, but a little bit more flip down lane. Now with the Inverse, we're changing those core numbers. We're going to a Pearl version of that Super Response cover stock, get us cleaner reaction to the front and a much more responsive motion down lane because of those core numbers and that cover change. All right, so there we wrapped up talking about the new Criterion Inverse. For more information about this ball or other great track products, make sure you visit trackbowling.com, and as always, make sure you follow us on our social media channels.